Hey seniors, on behalf of Pamplin's recent alumni board, wanted to send you all a huge congratulations on your upcoming graduation and share a few pieces of advice from all of us to you as you get ready to embark on your careers. My piece of advice is to keep a running list of your wins or things you've been working on throughout the year. It makes updating your resume a lot easier, and it's also incredibly motivating to look back on when you're having a tough day and see all that you have been able to accomplish.
Hey Pamplin seniors, congratulations on getting to this point in your college career. That is a huge accomplishment, and there's no doubt in my mind that you all are incredibly excited to be here right now. One piece of advice that I have for you before entering the working world is to say yes to things. Not just to say yes to professional things, but the personal things too. Maybe it's saying yes to someone when they ask you to go grab dinner after work. Maybe it's saying yes to someone when they ask you to bring a dish to the company potluck. Whatever it may be, it's saying yes to them and building this long-lasting relationship that you can always call on, not just in this limited time while you're at the company, but a mutually beneficial relationship that's long-lasting that you can always turn to. Hope you all are doing great, and as always, go Hokies.
Hey Pamplin seniors, congratulations on graduation. My piece of advice is around personal finances. A lot of you are about to enter your first quote-unquote adult jobs, and it's very important to set a budget and stick to it. As you go through the motions, a lot of you are going to be tempted to spend money that you don't really think about because you have more coming in. The sooner you can set a budget and stick to it, the sooner you can start building a better financial future for yourself. Congratulations again.
My biggest piece of advice is to maintain your alumni connections and continue to come back to campus and recruit fellow Hokies on campus like me, and so you can continue to grow the Hokie network and also get to be back in Blacksburg.
Congratulations, Hokies. My one piece of advice going forward is to embrace failure. While studying for one of my CPA exams, I found out that I'd failed. At the time, I was really devastated, but after talking with my family and friends, I realized that it happens to everyone. While we can't control what's happened in the past, we can control our actions and attitudes in the future. So going forward, feel smart.
My one piece of advice for new graduates is to never give up. Every successful person that you know of has had to overcome some type of adversity in their professional and personal lives. However, the key to overcoming these challenges is to face them head on. See them not as setbacks to slow you down, but rather as opportunities to grow. Allow yourself to become more resilient and successful in the long run.
My biggest piece of advice for students navigating this next chapter in their journey is to ask for help and ask questions. Put yourself out there and be vulnerable. When you ask for help and ask those questions, you're likely benefiting others who may be too afraid to do so. And people want to be able to help you. So raise your hand and ask for help when you need it.
Hey Hokies, so congratulations on your upcoming graduation. Hopefully you will take some time to relax and to travel the world. But soon it will be time for you to start your career and your first day on the job. So my piece of advice is just remember that your coworkers, your managers, your superiors, they're all people just like you at the end of the day. So do not be intimidated by them. Go up, introduce yourself, say hello, and most importantly, be yourself. Congratulations and go Hokies.
The best advice I could give after graduation is learn to listen. Sometimes listening, you can pick up just as much from a conversation as you can from providing input.
Hello, my fellow Hokies. My advice for you all is to not be afraid to meet new people when you graduate. I know it can be scary entering the adult world for the first time and putting yourself out there, but practice does help, and you never know what new connections and new people will do for you. You can land a new job, you can get involved in a local organization you've never heard of, or just make a new friend. It's always good to build your network.
Hey Hillary, we have an event coming up on March 21st. Would you be able to take the lead on that?
Hi boss, let me check my calendar. It looks like I have a lot going on that day. Is there someone else that can maybe take this on? In the office, it is important to set boundaries and know your threshold of what you can and can't handle. If you've got a lot going on that day, it is absolutely okay to turn a request down or ask for help.
First and foremost, congratulations on your impending graduation, and best of luck to all of you on a very exciting new chapter of your life ahead. The single biggest piece of advice I would offer is find mentors who you trust and whose values align with you, and really trust in the guidance that they give you. You know, in every generation, there's going to be unique challenges, and sometimes it feels like everything is different and no one who came before us could possibly understand what we're going through. But many of the core principles that you see in life and how you move ahead and how you get to where you want to go stay the same. So make sure you find the people that you align with in terms of values and have the humility to trust their guidance.
Hi there. I think it's really important to remember that if your first job is not your dream job, it is not the end of the world. Sometimes it takes a couple of tries to get it right. I know for me it took 2 tries to get there. But don't put too much pressure on yourself. If you do a job for a year and it's not the dream, you find yourself still in your 20s, there's plenty of time to correct or give something else a new try.
Hi Hokies, congratulations on getting this far. If I have one piece of advice to share with you, it's put yourself in a position to get lucky. You never know. What if it turns out way better than you ever could have imagined? Go Hokies!
Hey Hokies, my one simple piece of advice is to be a happy sponge. If you can go into real life situations with an optimistic attitude, it can go a long way. And be a sponge ready to soak up any new information coming your way. You don't know when you'll need it.
Hi Hokies, I wanted to say congratulations on graduation. It's truly an exciting time to enter your first job. And so in terms of advice for getting started, I'd say number one, nothing's permanent. You're always able to make a change. That being said, whatever you decide for your first job, go at it 100%, give it everything you got, and ask a lot of questions to get started. So good luck and go Hokies.
One piece of advice I have is to not sell yourself short. A lot of times we're our own biggest enemy when it comes to underestimating ourselves. But if someone asks you to do a task or lead an event or head a committee, it's because they trust you to do it and they're asking you because they believe in you. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there and say yes to some of the stuff that you think you may not be qualified for, because honestly, you might surprise yourself.
My advice is to make a question friend. This is someone you don't report to. This is someone you can just ask any non-job related questions, like where do I park if I'm going into the office? What do I wear at the office? Do people actually join the Zoom happy hours? Things like that.
My advice is to take advantage of being the new person. Don't be afraid to really put yourself out there and ask a ton of questions with your higher-ups and your peers. And while you do that, don't forget to be your most authentic self.
Find someone within your industry or within your workplace who can serve as a mentor for you. You never know what you might learn from someone who's been in the industry longer than you have, or when you might just need some assistance in networking or even looking for a job someday.
Hey Hokies, my most valuable piece of workplace advice is to set boundaries and know your threshold of what you can and can't handle. Sometimes we get so caught up in being the go-getter and taking everything on that we forget to take care of ourselves. Know that it is absolutely okay to ask for help and even turn down a request if it means it's going to be better for you. Congratulations and welcome to the Hokie alumni family.
My biggest piece of advice would be to be open to change, whether that's a new system that your company may be developing or introducing, allowing for more streamlined efficiencies within your group, or if there is a new position that may be of interest within your new company. It is always great to look into those options and be open to different changes that allow you to expand on your career.
Congratulations, Hokies. My one piece of advice would be to continue to build your network. That means keeping in touch with Hokies that you've already met, meeting new Hokies, meeting colleagues outside of maybe your work division, attending various networking events at your new role. I cannot tell you the number of times that I've heard and personally experienced how impactful and powerful networking can be. So I would recommend doing that as you start your new role.
One of the biggest things I've learned since leaving college is that you always have to be learning. Your knowledge is absolutely your tool to get a promotion, look good in front of a client, look good to your boss. In college, you were taught, or you're told, what to read, when to read it, and usually you would give some indication on what it meant. When you're in the working world, that's no longer a thing. You've got to be your own source of knowledge, and you've got to continue to have that knowledge base grow so that you can be an asset to your team.
Hokies, congratulations on graduation. My one piece of advice for you all is to be authentic to who you are and to not take your foot off the gas. Your hard work, determination, and dedication to what you do and who you are is what got you to this point. Carry that through and use your voice as you enter this workforce. And secondly is to don't take your foot off the gas. Be proactive in everything you do. And fortune favors the bold. And so by doing that, you'll take calculated risks, which will yield strong returns.